All right, so welcome to Intuition to Income. This is Abby Gooch, and one of my dear soul sisters, I would call her. I probably haven't spoke with her for like 6 months, and I call her Alicia Love. I'm not even sure. I think it is her real name, but she's just Alicia Love because that's just who she is vibrationally. She's just incredible and so tuned in. One of the things I love about her is like in each moment, she can ground into truth and the truth of love. The most stable, connected, almost like roots of grass or a tree, right? Like she just knows that she knows that she knows. And she's also a teacher of intuition. And she's going to be sharing some amazing processes with us today. She has amazing programs. She has an amazing meditation that basically allows people to connect with her all over. It's a little app on her phone, which I've actually used before, and it's incredible. So I'm just super, super excited to have you here, Alicia Love, on the show. And if you want to just add anything else about who you are and why you said yes to this, and really just the impact you're making in the world.
Thank you so much, Abby. It's been great to get to connect with you and your community. I have grown my community around mindfulness, and that's what I promote on my website, and the intuition processes and the what I call soul coaching. Actually, my mentor, Denise Lynn, started that phrase, and she did a certification program through that. So I have done a few different spiritual coaching certifications, soul coaching, and absolutely love helping people tap into their heart center, their inner truth, feel guided, and understand how to learn their own intuitive guided intuition. So similar to you, I know it's so fun, but I did change my name to Love because it is really my passion. So being mindful of how we love ourselves, what we choose for ourselves.
Yeah.
And so choice is a big one for me. I help my clients guide towards understanding that they always have a choice, and you can choose love, you can choose yourself, and you can be guided by the divine, however you connect with that. So
That's awesome. I love it. So what is your process where you just connect in with your intuition? You're like, I know that I know that I know that this is my intuitive guidance, right? So what is that process or way that you know you're connected, like plugging into a wall, right?
excellent question. For me, it's being grounded, and I send energy down through my root. I send it down into the earth. And when I feel that stable center, then I go into my heart. And I use the imagery of standing, like a little miniature version of me standing on my own heart. If I really need to feel that groundedness, and what do I ground to? I ground to Mother Earth, and I ground to my own heart. So like that grounding cord, that strong, stable, like roots of a tree, like the stability that goes all the way out, feeling into my heart. And then I ask the question, or I listen to what I feel guided by, and it comes from my heart. Different people feel their center. You know, some people, it's intuition comes in through here. And I do have a strong third eye connection, and I do teach people how to see from an observer point of view, as if you're disconnected from all those murky feelings and stress of life kind of things, more like an eagle. This is like the eagle center. And in my heart, standing on that root, like rooted in, I ask a question that either brings my energy up or I feel my energy drop down. And that's my biggest, like, how do I do it? I feel it in my chest, in my heart, and I feel like an open love increase, or I feel like, almost like it gets into the pit of my stomach as I feel this drop down.
So the other thing that comes to mind is like emotion, right? Like anxiety or fear. Like if you feel that versus intuition, or how is that maybe your intuition guiding you? Like, I feel anxious about this. Maybe it's not right. Like, is there anything you want to share about how emotions kind of play into intuition?
Absolutely. Because emotions are our guiding force, right? Like if you want to stay on the path, your emotions will tell you when you're wavering off the path. And fear is a big one, and anxiety comes from fear, right? So I think when I feel fear personally or start to feel anxious, I look at what that's coming from. Like, what is the biggest fear? Like, what is the worst thing that could happen in that situation? Going and talking to that person, or taking this different job or change of life, right? Making those choices. The thing about fear is a lot of times people feel locked in, like they don't have a choice, right? You have to go this way. And one of the things that helps me with fear is to recognize that I have a choice. I can choose to go that way. I can choose to change the timing of it. I can choose to find a way where I'll be more comfortable doing that thing. And it might be, a lot of times our feelings are linked to physical sensations, and hunger or sleep, even dehydration can be some of the signals that we're misinterpreting as fear or intuition, even, right? Like, you might just be hungry. Sometimes
Simple. Yeah.
be hard to distinguish, but it's really about questioning yourself, going through what's the best for me in this situation, what's the worst thing that could happen, and is that even possible and true?
One of the other things I'm noticing as you're talking, just feeling in my own body, is what you said. I don't know if it was actually on air or before we talked about using your body as a pendulum. So like having it move forward or away from what you want.
Yeah, a few of my clients really resonated with that, their method. They'll actually like stand feet firm, kind of like that grounded sensation. Where's my center? And then ask a question, and feet, and we each have our different body wisdom.
Right.
And I just remember this one client even showing me like how she does it using your body as a pendulum. She's like, yeah, if I feel like I'm falling forward, that's a yes. If I feel like, whoa, no, thank you, that's a no.
Yeah.
A few of my friends actually use finger, like there's like you can hold your fingers together. If you get a yes, you can't really break it, and if it's a no, your finger will come through. Those are not like the physical stuff. I feel like sometimes you can get in the way with your head.
Yeah, probably.
More inside, I feel like
The
it's
heart.
kind of a pendulum, but it's more of a uplifted feeling, or
Yeah. I love that you did that because it's so funny. I'm doing it, right? I'm like feeling my body and I'm noticing it's my head questions. Like I'm like asking questions. And then right in the moment, you're like, heart. I'm like, oh, you're right. So my heart is going to say something different in my head being like, So just, I really invite everybody like to be in the embodiment of their heart. And I feel like you are such an example of that, Alicia, like, God, just as a friend and just professionally too, like you just live it. And one of my affirmations this morning is that, right? Be love, like just be love and watch what happens. Like the world opens up because everything is love. And I think once you get the understanding and the compassion of the universe, you actually can expand your light even more and like have wings. Like I get this energy of a butterfly, like a monarch butterfly.
Yes, butterfly is one of my medicines, I
Is
think.
it?
Yes, definitely.
Transformation.
It's the symbol of transformation too. And it's not just transforming from a caterpillar to a butterfly, it's actual transmutation, because such a symbolic thing. That caterpillar is no longer, there are no caterpillar cells left. A caterpillar actually turns to goo, like DNA sludge, before it reforms completely anew. And, I follow the cycle of the moon, and every month, 13 moons out of the year, we get a chance to renew, let die away what doesn't serve us, and follow in a new way, in a new, like with wings instead of crawling, or, you know, just finding that each cycle of our lives, and it could be seasonal, it could be, every 10 years you look at, wow, that 10 years I did so much, what's this next 10 years going to be? So a lot of my work is also looking at that transformation, when people can go through the cycles of their life. And we're going to be completely different people in our 20s than we are in our 30s, than we are in our 40s, 50s, and beyond, and the lessons we learn are so different in each of those.
Yeah.
Kind of like, so by following the moon, I look at those in shorter little segments, like, and you can see the baby steps towards those longer segments. And it's amazing the growth that human beings go through. And there can be that transmutation of just a completely old way falling off and stepping forward in a new way. It's really exciting.
I love it. So what's coming to mind is, as you talk about transformation, transmutation, I kept thinking about your meditations because, like I said, I've hopped on there one time and it's just so just loving and, I don't know, beautiful. I'm like, I want to do this. So is there a way people can like kind of be guided through this process of transformation and intuition? I know there is, because I know you have the app, but I'm not exactly sure. Can you tell them the way they can get it on their phone? Because you told me once it is on my phone. But can you kind of share how people can kind of get this link into their ability to connect with their intuition through your meditations?
Meditation is my favorite way for people to hone in on that mindful, intuitive, centered awareness abilities that we all have. It just takes practice.
Mm-hmm.
So, Insight Timer is an app that is worldwide. There are like 5,000 meditation teachers on this app. And it's amazing. You can do meditations for sleep. You can do all sorts of programs. I mean, it's an amazing free app that you can get all these things for free.
So cool.
So my meditation that I started with on Insight Timer was a morning, like get up and start the day with focus and intention and feel really, really good about yourself, because every day, the way that you set your intention and how you focus, what you focus on is what you manifest in the world.
Right.
You can only create what you look at and do, right? So by meditating daily and getting those muscles stronger, right? Practice, then you create neural pathways in the brain that are allowing you to look to more positivity, more beauty, easier flow instead of getting stuck and challenged all the time. So, Insight Timer app, at Alicia Love, or just put in my name and you'll see there's a beautiful like purpley sunset with a woman with her arms up, and she's just there to show you that you can start the day in this beautiful way with that mindfulness. And then I'm continuing to publish meditations on there all the time. I just got another one up there that is 5 minutes of centering, right? If you're feeling anxiety and panic and
I love that.
Anytime, right? You can just take 5 minutes, and it's about breathing, focusing your intention, and sort of like I said earlier, just grounding down, how to do that, right? And just somebody that can guide you through that in 5 minutes. You can go to the bathroom and do it, you know, you can do it anywhere.
That's awesome. I love that. So Alicia, like, I just want to make sure. So for me, when I go on, I get kind of overwhelmed. So do they need to type in Alicia Love to be able to get these different meditations? Like, can you just kind of make sure you
download the app, you can search any teachers. Like you can just go into teachers.
Okay. Yeah.
Search a teacher. So Alicia Love there. And then my website also has free meditations. And that's Mindful Spirit Coaching.
Okay. Yeah, that is how they can get it. Yeah, just type in your name. Okay. That's so perfect. So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to do part 2 of Alicia's amazing interview. And I really recommend you guys all check that out and enjoy it. And we'll be back in just a few.
Great.